Welcome back, Savages, to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to connect a temperature sensor like this to your Raspberry Pi 4 so you can use it on the PiPhi network. So the sensor I'm going to be using is an AHT20, and they do come in different styles. You can get ones where you can solder it directly to the board and things like that. Well, I'm not very good at soldering, so I've actually bought one of these JST adapter cables, which is nice and easy, and they plug directly into the Raspberry Pi 4 board like that. I'll leave a link in the description where you can get these parts and also the connecting diagram. But what I can tell you is nice and simple. On the first rail on the bottom, you've got the red cable that goes in there, followed by the blue cable in pin 2. Pin 3 is the yellow cable. You skip pin 4 and the black cable goes in pin 5, and that's it, you're good to go. So once all the wires are in, you can power on the Raspberry Pi, and there should be a red LED just above the connector right there, which should be a solid red colour. I don't know whether you can see it on the camera, but I assure you it is definitely on. The next thing we're going to do is install the software drivers for that AHT board. So go ahead and remote onto the Raspberry Pi itself and go to a terminal, then type in that command highlighted in blue. Don't worry if you haven't got it on here, I'll leave all this in the description so you can just copy and paste it. But that essentially just installs the drivers and all the library components needed for that driver to work. So to see if the actual board is working correctly, what we can do is use that example code right there and put it into our Raspberry Pi. So what you do is type Python on the terminal, and then we're going to copy and paste this code into there. Like so. And then we're just going to press enter. And as you can see, we're now getting the temperature reading and humidity, and it's just looping through there. So that tells us that the temperature board is working great. We've got it all wired up correctly. Drivers are installed. Happy days. So next up, we're now going to go into the PiPhi dashboard, which is on port 31415. You're going to click on devices right there, and then go down to add sensor. So on the first bit where it says select sensor, we're going to click the pull down and select our AHT20. Just pick any room for it. And then in the description you can give it a name. Once you've done that, click on submit. And if we look in our list of sensors, I've got a few already added. You can see now that the AHT20 is added right there. Now the final step, we're just going to see if it works in the actual dashboard and it's collecting data on PiPhi. So what we do is click on dashboards and then click on your dashboard here. You might have a different name for it, but I'm just using the default one. On the dashboard page and scrolling all the way down until you get to this bit where it says select an option, click on the drop down and choose the AHT20 sensor. You'll then get two windows that appear underneath. One's called temperature, one's called humidity, and then you'll see the temperature just drop there, and I've done that on purpose by putting a fan on it just to ensure that the data was coming through correctly into the PiPhi, and it looks like it is. So once you've got those readouts, you know that the sensor's working, and hopefully the rewards will start coming through as well. So there you go, Savages. That's how you hook up a temperature sensor, specifically in this case the AHT20, to the PiPhi network. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can buy these parts. I'll also include the instructions and the terminal commands that you need to install and check that the drivers are working. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you, Savages, on the next one.